Dear colleagues, today we will have a briefing of Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk, spokesperson of administration presentation on ATO issues, and he will update us about ATO during the last day. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. During the day, in ATO area, the enemy concentrated additional forces, military equipment, and they fortified their defense. At the same time, there is high activity of intelligence of illegal military formation along the line of separation. The enemy continues abusing ceasefire. The ceasefire in the Donetsk and Luhansk region. Mostly Russian terrorist troops used small arms, mortars, and grenade launchers. Also, bandits are actively using weapons that should be pulled back according to Minsk agreement. In particular, mortars 120, 122 millimeters, and artillery of 152 millimeters. And 3 times during the last day against upon our forces, they used Grad system. The shelled using Grad system. At the same time, Ukrainian military men hold their positions and answer to all the provocations of the enemy adequately. And towards Donetsk, the biggest number of shells were near Donetsk airport. They shell upon Avdiivka, Opitne, Piski, Vodyane, and also mine Putilivska. Also, incidents of abusing ceasefire. The ceasefire were closer to Horlovka and Granitne. At midnight, Ukrainian military men not far from Novoselivka. During a battle, they fought off the attack of infiltration intelligence group of terrorists of 10 people. In Luhansk, it was Luhansk. The intensity of shell and of militants is higher. They used drones for air intelligence, and in Luhansk region there were two drones noticed. Towards Mariupol, the illegal military formations continue shelling upon Shirokina. There were 10 times they shelled upon positions of ATO. During the last day, because of military activities, 2 died, 5 were wounded. Partially, we have those casualties because of the incident in near Katerinivka, in Popasna district. Ukrainian vehicle got on a mine. As a result, 2 soldiers died and 3 were wounded. All of them are in hospital, and everything is done to save their lives. Ukrainian police and enforcers arrest agents and informers in Luhansk near Kolesnikivka because of the joint work of the Borgats, SSBU, and military forces of Ukraine, and they arrested a person who is involved in the work of illegal military groups. He collected data for militants. During the search, they found a topographical map and also memory sticks, and also one citizen of Ukraine who was authorized by Dino, and he returned to move to Mariupol agitation products of anti-Ukrainian products. Russia is using its diplomatic offices for information campaign to undermine trust to Ukraine. Yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Russian Federation spread disinformation about shelling by Ukrainian forces upon the district in Donetsk and using heavy artillery. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov, to the head of OSCE, Ivica Dacic, told, and traditionally they spread disinformation. Ukraine doesn't shell upon cities, and heavy weapons from Ukraine was pulled back according to Minsk agreements. In addition to that, in the past, there were cases when militants shelled upon living quarters and in those towns that are under their control. Such facts were confirmed by OSCE representatives and a joint center on ceasefire and separation line. National Guards of Ukraine gets new people, and in Kharkiv 150 military men who enlisted and they took the oath to Ukraine. After the ceremony, solemn ceremony, all of them were able to see samples of equipment, food, uniform for some and also new types of weapons which is used during ATO. At the same time, Ukraine is preparing new generation of defenders in Kharkiv on the base of state gymnasium of a school, Kadetsky Corps. They invited all who wanted to see how future military men are trained. Those the students, cadets, they showed their physical skills and how they can handle weapons. This is the only information. If there's any question, you're welcome. The plane to Nepal. What about the plane? We prepare the plane. We see how navigation systems are working and how the engine is working. As soon as they finish checking and as soon as it is ready, they will take off. I would like you to get more information in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is responsible for this issue. Can it land in Nepal? I cannot tell you. There was a permission from 1 to 4 today, but the plane did not take off, and I don't know why. In reports of OSCE, there was information that Ukraine used Uragan on the 30th of April, and at those places where they should not be according to Minsk agreements. Could you comment that report of OSCE? If we look at the situation in general, and intensity of clashes, how can it be compared? The situation is like we had in January. How could you compare the intensity of this challenge? Once again, according to Minsk agreements, all heavy weaponry that is mentioned in the protocols is pulled to the distance which is mentioned in the agreement. So that information is not true. So we don't have our organ systems. They are pulled back, withdrawn back. There were no such a shelling. As to intensity of shelling, I can tell you, according to the press sent over ATO during last day, there were more than 90 shellings. That number shows the level like they had before Minsk agreements and before the ceasefire. Thank you. Dear colleagues, thank you. Next briefing will be tomorrow at 12:30. Thank you.